What's up, Coach? What's going on?
I went to visit my family last week, and I was, sleeping in my old bedroom, wake up the next morning, and my neck and shoulder is just locked like this. I guess I slept on it funny or something, right? And so the entire day, I'm trying to get that relief because it's that horrible pinching feeling where also, if I try and look left or right, I'm just super stiff, so I have to turn like this. And then the worst part is that I'm home to go to my brother's wedding, and I have to drive up there. And so, of course, we have this issue where I'm driving the car, and I can't look back behind me without immense amounts of pain. I mean, this kind of neck pain just not fun. So I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying to do like some stretching and ART-ish sort of stuff. Like I'm just trying to move things. And then eventually I get so frustrated with it that I just take my hand and I just grab the tissues in the back of my neck and I just pull them as hard as I can. I'm just frustrated. And then finally I get a little bit of pain relief and I can move a little bit. And I'm not recommending anybody do this, obviously. It's not like my qualification, but I was just wondering, why was I able to just eagle claw the back of my neck and all of a sudden have a little bit of relief? Because I wasn't using any, as far as I know, actual chiropractic technique or anything.
All right. Well, first of all, I hope you weren't driving and yanking your neck like that.
All right, I'm lying. My mom was driving, but I didn't want to say that on camera.
Okay. All right. So the big thing that we work with, and what you probably did, was you actually activate what we call your mechanoreceptors, or they're the same thing as called proprioceptors.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mechanoreceptors and proprioceptors are basically the same thing. What is proprioception, or what are proprioceptors? Proprioceptors is basically understanding where our parts of our body is any given moment, any space and time. So I know my hand is here. I know my hand is here. I know my hand is holding the stick, doing this, right? And when we work with the proprioceptors, it's actually the same thing, same neurological field where it's called the mechanoreceptors in our body. So in our skin, deep in our tissues and all that. And basically what the mechanoreceptors do, I know it's not too scientifically, but basically it helps numb out the pain.
Okay.
Nociceptors are basically the neurons that helps transmit the pain signals to your brain.
Okay.
So every time we actually activate the mechanoreceptors, all right, such as rubbing certain spots like this, that does help out numb out the pain. Do you have anything to add there too?
No, so basically what you did was, it was the stiff neck, so you slept in one position for a very long time.
Right.
That made the muscle contract, and it stayed in that position for a very long time, and it's going to stay like that until you release the tension from the muscle. So what you basically did was you hold on to the muscle and you just gave it a little bit of massage, which helped it release the tension a little bit. So you're going to feel a little bit free and your movements are going to be better, right?
Yeah. It was just crazy how like hardcore I had to go into it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that does happen also. I mean, yes, we're working on, and again, a big part of what we're doing, and you know this already, as being a patient, as me and us working on you, and now you're contributing to what you're doing here too. Any type of active movement to mechanical type of movement also activates the mechanoreceptors, or mechanoreceptors and proprioception.
Right.
So the easiest thing I could say is, how we end up hitting, we're hammering something on the wall and we accidentally hit our hand, or if we're in a martial arts class, I'm doing this instinctively. I'm rubbing, I'm shaking my hand out. Oh my gosh, the pain is finally numbing out. That's essentially what we're doing. Okay. We're actually, in the most bare minimum, we're activating proprioception, which is numbing out the pain signals. So when we exercise, when we do rehab, that activates a lot of mechanoreception. If we're doing a lot of like balance work, especially activity, that does it too. When we do any type of manual therapy work, whether it's working on the muscles, all right, other things also involved when we do manual therapy work, obviously. David's Law, a big fan of that, right? But that actually does it. Chiropractic adjustments or manipulations or mobilizations, grade 5 mobilization under physical therapy terminology. Adjustments, chiropractic terminology, it's pretty much the same thing. That activates the mechanoreceptors within that area of the body, whether it's the joints. We're not really not talking about just the joints. We're talking about the joints, the soft tissue, the connective fibers, everything.
Yeah, even the ligaments, the tendons, everything.
Exactly. That's what helps with numbing out the pain. So going back to your question, I am eagle clawing my neck,
dude,
which we all do.
I just ripped into it.
Yeah.
You're just mobilizing the muscle with your claw.
With my claw.
Yeah. And that's one of the techniques that we use when we the muscle tissue, we pull it up, and then we roll it.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
that's what you did.
Yeah.
You just didn't know what you were doing, but you did the right thing.
Would that be referred to as a deep tissue massage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deep tissue or soft tissue. I mean, we have a lot of different things we do. Like obviously, I talked about ERT. We do factor, cupping, right? Even massage therapy. These are all different types of soft tissue therapy that can be performed to help out a patient depending on their the case of pain or nature of their pain.
So what you're saying is I can go around to the patients now, just grab a bundle of their muscles and just rip it aside and I'll be able to help them, right?
Not necessarily if you're not a licensed practitioner for that.
Right, so get your license, kids. Yeah.
All right, well, I
That's
hope
good
that
to
answers
know.
your question.
Yeah,
Hope
definitely.
it answers your question.
Thanks, Doc. This is good.